So, you want to play the Paladin, huh? Fool, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into. But first, you know the drill. This'll most likely be the last time for a while I bring this up, but Sunken Isles is in its last week on Kickstarter. This new D&D book focuses on fleshing out new mechanics like a resource system, easy ways to sell big ships, and magic tattoos. If you were on the fence about pledging before, now's the time. Grab a copy of the book using the link down below. And with that said, let's get right back to roasting some paladins. In D&D, paladins are the runt of the classes. They can do a bunch of awesome stuff, sure, and have incredible burst damage, but looking past that addictive description reveals some disturbing realities. The first feature that all paladin players are forced to waste their time reading is Divine Sense. Being able to sense when evil creatures are around seems super cool. Too bad, it takes your entire action to use. If a monster is standing behind anything, it doesn't work. If you have a negative modifier in charisma, you don't even get to have this feature, and you're forced to read an entire extra sentence talking about how it works on the Hollow spell, which 99% of D&D players will never see during a campaign. So already starting on a good foot, aren't we? With your glowing holy hands, touching your friends without their consent is now perfectly fine. You get a pool of hit points you can heal people with. Paladins know how busted dying and reviving over and over again is, so you'll try and give an ally 1 point of healing to cause the same effect. Too bad you're wasting your time. Doing this burns your entire action, and if there's more than one enemy in the combat, or someone capable of magic shows up, your friend's getting pummeled back down and then some. Yeah, I forgot to mention, your buddies Cleric and Bard over there have been using bonus actions to heal this whole time. Strange how they didn't tell you sooner. I know you won't listen to me, but please just do what you're good at and use lay on hands like a burst heal. You don't do this consistency thing very well. Divine Smite is fine, I guess. If anything, it's too fine because people get addicted to these holy heretic burning lightning strikes way too easily. Sure, it does a ton of damage, but you have other spells you can cast instead. I mean, that's what I want you to think. You really believed you were gonna have enough ability score points to keep all your stats strong enough to be viable? Heck no. Isn't being a half-caster so much fun? Speaking of half-casters, Wizards of the Coast didn't want you to know this, but I'm telling you now because we're such good friends. We're friends, right? You're subscribed, aren't you? Late game paladins also get the fun issue of needing to deal with a limited magic immunity. So you know that very specific giant dragon woman that's a regular villain in tons of campaigns? Well, she's immune to spells lower than 6th level, and your class can only get up to 5th. Your constitution isn't high enough to concentrate on spells, your strength isn't high enough to guarantee hits, and your charisma doesn't matter because she can't be affected by your magic. When the final boss appears for the most memorable fight in the campaign, you can just jump into the grave early and get it over with. By 3rd level, you're immune to disease. This doesn't mean anything because if I know dungeon masters, if they went out of their way to design a disease, you better believe someone in your group is getting sick. If not you, then someone else. And finally, we get to your Sacred Oath. By far the coolest and most problematic part of the Paladin's entire kit. Oaths are essentially heavy shackles on roleplay. Sure, they set a direction and can make you stand out, but most people toss away any personality they ever had to begin with just to be annoying with the wordings on their new tenets. Conquest. You tell the rogue to stop stealing and that your word is law. They steal again, and you attack them. Devotion. You can't lie, so rather than bend the truth, you reveal your party's entire plan to the villains. Glory. Gotta face challenges head on, right? You start a fight against a super powerful monster and force your allies to suicide with you. Redemption. You can't fight this murderous gang of demons just yet. You need to waste another 3 turns trying to persuade them to be friendly first. Ancients. Did your group just capture the big bad evil guy? You'll give him mercy and set him free. Hope he enjoys his newly reformed life. Crown. Rogue, did you just steal from that old woman? That's 30 days in the slammer, buddy. Watchers. I don't actually have a joke for this one. The tenets are just be ready for trouble and don't deal with devils, which basically every paladin already does. Whoever chose this subclass only did it for the useful spells it gives. Vengeance. Wait, paladin, don't kill them just yet. They might have important information on the... Oh, you already crushed their head? Thanks. Oathbreaker. Let's be honest, you broke your original oath as soon as possible. Later on, you get an aura that provides some incredible protection. The problem here is that at level 10, this aura gets the extra power to prevent you from being frightened. Why does an entire level's worth of an ability give you immunity to this one very specific condition? What cave dweller is playing D&D and saying to themselves, boy, I can't wait for level 10? It's a feature, alright? It works, but it's much to be desired. Seems like a running gag with this class. But don't don't worry, because it gets worse. Next up, you can wash people free of all that dirty, lingering evil magic built up on them. That sounds really cool in the right situations. Too bad your dungeon master isn't experienced enough to run magic casters in combat. So this will once again be a totally campaign-specific feature to pick up. And just to end things off, just like most classes in D&D, the game-defining abilities are locked behind levels 15 through 20. For Paladins, though, this feature disparity is way more obvious. Want to finally unlock your purest, strongest form of ultimate holy power? The form that all of your tenets led you towards this entire campaign? Well, sorry, bucko, because this module ends at level 13. So yeah, don't play the Paladin. They're a rusted Swiss Army knife of a class that lacks polish and enough distinction from its big brother, the Cleric. Continue pretending like you have options during the game besides using Divine Smite. It'll make you feel better. Hope you enjoyed me brutally tearing apart your favorite class, or crushing any enthusiasm you may have had for your next Paladin character. Let's hit 10k likes for the potential of another video like this soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.